We learned from Senate estimates today that Bill Shorten has a speechwriter. Fair enough, but guess how much Shorten's speechwriter is being paid? $600,000 over 2 years to write speeches for the man who's supposed to be cutting waste from the NDIS. Michael, I'm expecting upcoming Bill Shorten speeches will be developed into Hollywood movie scripts for that kind of money.
They're going to have to be Churchillian for that money. I mean, this is another example of where Labor can't control their spending, even on things like this. I mean, we had the example of that Queensland Premier flying around in a private plane. We've had Richard Marles flying around in private jets costing us millions. I mean, you know, never get between Labor and an open till, because these people just stick their mitt in and grab whatever they can grab. I mean, this is really disgraceful. I mean, I must say I'm very surprised at Bill Shorten, particularly given the fact that he's got the job of cutting waste from the NDIS, and he spends this money on a speechwriter. The department could write these speeches for him. They're not terribly complicated. He's basically giving speeches talking about statistics. All of those stats come from the department. We're not looking for flowery rhetoric from him. And this is a terrible look for Labor, and I must say a terrible look for Bill Shorten. And I'm very, very surprised at him. He's been around a long time, and Shorten should know better.
Yeah, well, of course, Shorten's trying to get rid of rorts from the NDIS. This sounds kind of like a rort.
Exactly.
James, you're a political chief of staff. $600,000 for 2 years. Is that really the going rate for speechwriters?
Well, you'd think Bill Shorten's given this woman her own NDIS provider number, the way she's charging, because, as we know, some of those providers, they rip off the system, and she seems to be a great example of another one. Look, I had a look at Hansard just before. You'd be surprised. Bill Shorten's only stood to his feet less than 90 times during this term of Parliament. Most of that time has been spent during question time, so you can't write speeches during question time. But what this speechwriter has provided is 24 speeches in total over 2 years. So Hansard doesn't lie. The facts are there. I think this is really, really poor use of taxpayers' money.